Plugged in and turned on in paradise. It's all about hidden musical gems. Singers, songwriters, and players you might not know, but are among the best musicians in the world, standing on stage right next to your favorite superstars. In each episode, our host, Haley Loren, introduces you to these new faces and their own freshly minted music. Recorded in the Northern California foothill town of Paradise, historically known for lumber mills and gold mining, it's now rich with music, attracting some of the best musicians in the world. Plugged in and turned on in paradise is a celebration of these undiscovered artists who are sure to become some of your new favorites. Now here's Haley with another musical episode of Plugged in and Turned on in Paradise.
Dried Oyster Amigos is the trio of Paradise's own Big Mo Huffman, Volker Strifler, and Martin Gerschwitz.
This may be the highway to hell. We should write a song about this.
Yeah, really. Highway to hell might be good.
Volker Strifler's guitar playing sounds like Eric Clapton, Duane Allman, and Robin Ford all rolled up into one, which explains why he's often found with the Ford Brother Blues Band when Robin is absent.
I remember years ago, I did a tour with the Ford Blues Band in Italy that went on for 7 weeks, and literally we had a show every night and had to drive back and forth. You know, and it was booked one of those things where they just, one day you're in Rome, the next day you're somewhere in Switzerland, and then they decided to put you back down to Sicily the next day. So, that was after 3 weeks. Everybody just wanted to go home. But, we toughed it out. Looking back, there was a lot of fun moments.
Sure.
But at the time, my God, that was
Gosh,
the
I
worst
can
I'd ever
imagine.
done. I remember they put us in this old van that they gave us, and there was 2 seats in the front and no heat in the back. This was the middle of winter. We had to drive all the way up to Hamburg. So one guy always had to be in the back, in the big box truck,
in the
wrapped
freeze.
up in sweaters. So we'd take every 2 hours, we'd take turns of who would get to sit up front. So yeah, so there's certainly some memorable moments. Right after I'd started playing guitar, and this is kind of how we met.
Yeah.
He was already in a band called the Alliance High Band.
Yeah, that's right.
And it was real southern rock. I mean, from what I remember.
And our other guitar player there, his name was Volker also.
Yeah.
So, and then Volker would help us out when Volker couldn't do it. So we just named the other guy Roger, so that whole confusion thing. So the other guy's name is actually Roger now.
Why couldn't I be Roger?
I don't know. I don't know how that happened somehow.
Mo and I, we've been playing music together ever since. When I first started playing out, well, at the time, I was a teenager, it would have been like in late 70s or maybe early 80s. I was, like every other teenager, into hard rock. I was into the Scorpions, the German bands, or UFO. We met this guy in Heidelberg. He was an ex-GI. He was a blues singer, and so he got me started listening to this stuff. We played Elmore James with him, but also some Stevie Wonder stuff. So, but after meeting this particular guy, I really started feeling the love for this music because I felt like the heavy metal stuff or the hard rock stuff that was going on there, at the time it wasn't really my thing. I wasn't that extrovert of a person. I still am not. So the blues thing fit me a lot better.
Shoulder looking down at the lizard by my leg. I know the bottom of this bottle ain't too soon, and I'm gonna have to take it back. I worked 3 days and night shift and never see the broad daylight. Why go down to the drugstore where the hookers in the middle of the night? I better go easy and be light on the ice. Downtown living, baby. Just a part of the same old game. Downtown living. Better go easy and be light on the ice. Downtown living, baby.
Some kind of
The chorus
goes F sharp to B to C, whatever that is. Sorry about that. I think the most memorable gig for me was I'd always been a huge Paul Butterfield fan, you know, the Electric Flag and all that. And then after I joined the Ford Blues Band, we actually did a couple of albums. One of them tribute to Paul Butterfield and the Electric Flag, and I got to play the San Francisco Blues Festival, and Nick Rabanizes came and sang some of the original songs, and you know, we had backup singers and horns and all that stuff. That was a real special moment for me, just to be on stage with those guys and actually perform those songs, you know. And even though they're a little bit older now than they were then, you know, they still had the energy, they still had the voices. It was quite special.
Well, how many shows we've done since, oh my gosh, you know, we started back in the 70s, so what do you think how many shows we've
Probably
done?
around 5,000.
I need my calculator, but yeah, at least.
There's the tours and the kind of venues we played. You know, it would very much depend on the day of the week. You know, you need to keep yourself working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Because Thursday, Friday, Saturday are usually fairly decent-sized venues. But Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, you can play anywhere from, you know, just a little tiny club, you know, a bar basically, you know, somewhere tucked in a corner, to, you know, community centers with 20 people watching. And then on the weekend, we go do a big festival, 5,000 people. So, yeah, it sure ran the gamut, you know, for me. It's about, you know, playing smaller venues can really be in some ways more satisfying than playing a big festival, because a lot of times big festivals it's sort of anonymous. There is a separation between the crowd and the band, which can it can help, but it also can work against you, where you never quite work yourself up into that emotional state that you have to really perform well. Whereas when you got the people standing right there, and it translates a lot better, a lot easier for me. I like to know who I'm playing for. So a place like this is just perfect. It's great.
The sun's nearly on the rise. Me and my baby made love all night. I see her face through my sleepy eyes. I get out of bed, everything is alright. I finally found alone where my heart belongs. I finally found a part where my heart belongs.
And when I first started playing, I really wanted to play drums. That's really what I wanted to do. And Klaus, my best friend, he bought this $80 bass somewhere at a pawn shop, and it drew me. So and so I started playing bass a little bit, and then after maybe a couple 3 weeks, I bought a guitar. I sold my moped and bought a guitar, and then from there, it just was basically things went pretty quick. Really started feeling the love for this music, because I felt like that you could really create your own voice by playing a certain way without being over the top.
Wow, that was amazing.
I see your face